Yes, hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Fundamentals of Martial Arts. This is week 7. Okay, so our topic is about karate. Karate is a Japanese word meaning empty hand. It is also a Japanese martial arts whose physical aspect seeks the development of defensive and counter-attacking body movements. Excuse me. Themes of traditional karate training are fighting through its mental and moral aspects, target the overall improvement of the individual. Okay, so what is the history of karate? Karate was born in Okinawa Island as a form of self-defense at a time when weapons are banned by invading Japanese forces. It began as te means hand, a fighting style used by the natives of Ryukyu Island. Later, it was influenced to the Chinese Kenpo, introduced through the Chinese families that settled on Okinawa after trade relationship between China and the islands were established. From three Okinawa cities, Shuri, Naha, and Tomar, each is closely spaced but with very difficult society demands. In English, the word karate began to use in a generic way to refer to all striking-based Oriental martial arts. Karate schools began appearing across the world, creating to those with casual interest as well as those seeking a deeper study of the art. Now people all over the world learn karate. The full name of karate is Karate-do, which means the way of empty hand in English. Karate can be practiced as an art, what they call budo, self-defense, or combat sports. Traditional karate places emphasis on self-development, budo. Modern Japanese style training emphasizes the physiological elements incorporated into a proper kokoro or attitude, such as perseverance, fearlessness, virtue, and leadership skills. Sport karate places emphasis on exercise and competition. Karateka is the Japanese term for a karate practitioner. On 28th of September 2015, karate was featured on the short list along with baseball, softball, skateboarding, surfing, and sport climbing to be considered for inclusion in the 2020 Summer Olympics on 1st of June 2016. The International Olympic Committee's executive board announced they were supporting the inclusion of all 5 sports, counting baseball and softball as only one sport for inclusion in the 2020 Games. Web Japan, sponsored by the Japanese Ministry of Foreign Affairs, claimed there are 50 million karate practitioners worldwide, while the World Karate Federation claims there are 100 million practitioners around the world. So napakadami nagpa-practice. Okay, so these are the significant dates in the history of karate. Okay, in 1905, karate is included in the Okinawa Physical Education Program as the intermediate level. No? Alam niyo ba sa ibang bansa like China, Japan, Korea, yan, ginagawa nilang ang tawag dito, part ng curriculum nila, no? Elementary, high school, college na nag-undergo sila ng basic martial arts. Okay? Ganun sila ka-focus, no? Pagdating sa pagpa-perform ng iba't ibang klase ng martial arts. Okay? 1917, Funakoshi gives the first public demonstration of Karate-do. 1922, Funakoshi is invited by Dr. Jigoro Kano to give a demonstration at the Kodokan Dojo, bringing Karate-do to Japan. 1924, the first university karate club is established in Japan at Keio University. 1930, karate makes its way to Canada. 1936, Okinawa Masters meet to discuss karate in Okinawa. A meeting sponsored by the newspaper Ryukyu Shimpo. In 1939, Japan opened Shotokan, its first formal training school. 1945, the first dojo is opened in the United States. 1949, the Japan Karate Association is formed. 1950, karate is introduced in the United Kingdom. So nakikita nyo, nag-expand sila. 1960, karate makes its way to the Soviet Union and is banned and unbanned several times over the next 3 decades. 1964, France Shotokan karate is created in France. 1989, karate is legalized once again in the Soviet Union. Okay, significant history figures. Kishin Funakoshi is the founder of Shotokan. Sakukawa Kanga, one of the first Okinawas to study in China. Itosu Anko, often called the grandfather of karate, brought karate to Okinawa schools and simplified it for increased public acceptance. Shojun Miyagi named the Goju-ryu style. Hironori Otsuka, founder of the Wado-ryu style. Kenwa Mabuni, founder of the Shitoryu style. Makita nyo, may kanya-kanya silang style. The 4 main karate styles are Goju-ryu, Shotokan-ryu, Wado-ryu, and Shitoryu. Each form is derived in some way from the karate established by Shishin Funakoshi. Each one has its own technique that rely heavily on the core tenet of karate in general. However, they offer ways for each style to distinguish itself and cement itself as a main style of karate while displaying the differences. Okay, so before we proceed to the different styles of karate, here I have a video of performing. Okay, this one is Andre Bertel. It's one of isa sa mga magagaling na nagpa-perform ng karate. Okay? So wait lang. What happened to my video? Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. Okay. So please let's watch this video.
Right move. Oh, this is fighting. Push. Over. Body. And yes. Belly. us. Only this part, okay?
Okay. So nakita niyo kung paano siya nag-perform, no? Nakita niyo very fast striking yung ginagawa niya. Okay, so let's proceed to the slides. Okay. The first main style is Goju-Ryu. It's a style of karate that was established in 1930 by Gojun Miyagi, who was a student of Kanryo Higanawa. This form is comprised of formidable counter-strike movements in the offensive position and soft and circular blocks in the defensive position that resemble jujitsu. It also uses beating power and a variety of stance that offer soft and hard techniques capable of showing the difference between karate styles. Okay? So para mas maintindihan nyo at makita nyo yung mga difference ng mga four main styles mamaya. Here I have a video of Goju-Ryu style. So please let's watch this. Okay, so that is an example of the Goju-Ryu karate style. Next is we have your Shotokan. It's a style created by Nagishin Funakoshi himself and named after the pen name he used for writing poetry. After studying in Okinawa, he moved to Tokyo on the mainland Japan, and established the style in the 1938. Utilizing wide stance and linear methods, this form enables students to deliver impressive strikes quickly and efficient using the hands, elbows, knees, and feet. By far the most popular style, this one is widely known throughout the world. Okay, so here we have a video of performing Shotokan. So let's please watch this. Okay, so nakita niyo yung mga strikes. Paano pinarform. Okay, the third one is Odoryu. It's a style of karate that is an offshoot of Shotokan Ryu, and it's all about the harmony of movements. Being rather similar to the martial arts Jiu-Jitsu, Hineori Otsuka created this spiritual form of karate in 1939. Rather than focusing on contact sparring, it teaches students how to move the body to avoid attacks as a way of distinguishing itself from the karate styles. This fluid form of karate uses shorter stance compared to other ones. Okay? So here we have a video of Odoryu. So let's watch this. So that's an example. So kung makikita nyo kung paano siya nag-execute, no? Napakaliit lang ng space niya. Siya gaano lumalabas dun sa kanyang area. So it means talagang kaya kung makikita nyo yung difference ng iba't ibang style. Okay? Yung ginagawa sa Batorio, sabi nga dito, how to move the body to avoid attacks. Hindi sila yung mismong umaatake. Okay? Next is the fourth one is we have your Shitoryu. This fourth style called Shitoryu and created in 1928 by Kenwa Mabuni. It's all about landing powerful, accurate strikes. A high emphasis is placed on technique in this style. As evidenced by the 50 kata student learn, which are predetermined moves for attacks and defense that students must perfect. Oftentimes, these katas are demonstrated as part of competition and students can be tested on them. This particular style requires physical strength and strong stance to perform the moves. Okay, so here we have a video of Shitoryu performance. Please let's watch this.
Okay, so we don't have to do any sort of bow or anything like that right now, but we'll just get a fast little warm up and then we'll get right into it. Okay. So it's for the part, this is more arms forward. Basically, what we're gonna do today, guys, is bunkai or some of our kata that we do. What bunkai is basically just an application of a kata, and what a kata is just a form of movements put together to practice certain techniques over and over again. Hey. 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 So the first technique was the elbow you saw us do, and then the flick, as we pull back into cat stance. Okay, so what I'm doing with that cat stance, I'm transferring my weight backwards. That way it gives me a little bit more power to pop this arm off my collar tie. I'm using that forearm to pop up. I'm just turning my hips into that cat stance, getting that power, and then simply throwing that arm off. Okay? My goal, as I throw this arm off, is to wrap it and control it for an overhook. Then I'm stepping into that Zenkutsu. We got punches here. And then you saw us, the second part of that kata, as we stepped in a punch, we turned around here. Correct? So that turnaround, after we throw the punch in the kata, grabbing onto the gi, taking that step just like the kata, cool. And I end up in where my Zenkutsu, have control of his arm. Nice, I'm pulling it by my side, the strike, and of course we can go into our grappling if we want later on. We'll do one more kata, guys. We'll a couple more kata. This one is hand sound down. This is our third basic kata. So basic kata number 3. Hey! 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 The bunkai we're doing is right after that, where we pull this to our side, step around for a back fist or an elbow. Okay. Again, we'll start off with grappling since we're all in the grappling here. 2 hands, whether it's on the gi, on the wrist, it doesn't really matter. In order to actually maneuver and do stuff, he's got a lot of power when my hands are out away from me. So the reason I'm attaching it to my hip is to get that power, that force, when it's on my hip, because that's where my power comes from. Okay, so hold on nice and tight, sorry. Also, I'm not just attaching it to my hip, but I'm turning my hips back the opposite way to get my legs ready to do my spin, elbow, forearm chop. From here, guys, we have knees, and we have sweeps.
Okay, so nakita nyo, talagang dinidistinguish nila yung sarili ng fighting style. No? Magkakaiba sila. Siyempre, yun ang nagiging nag-i-improve. No? So, pwede silang mag-input ng kanya-kanya nilang what happened kasi sa karate, no? Hindi mix, no? Combination siya ng iba't ibang klase ng martial arts. Ganun yung nangyari. Okay? So, for your activity, it's a multiple choice. Please write it in a yellow sheet of paper. Write your name, the date, kung kailan nyo siya isa-submit, the subject, and the week. No? Pakisulat ng maayos na yung nakikita. As much as possible. Kung capital letter, that's okay. Okay? So, activity 2, we have your essay. So, that's 10 points. So, kapag may questions kayo, pwede nyo kong i-message sa group chat. And thank you for watching. God bless.